Welcome to the Fall Protection Training for Field Technicians and Sales. The purpose of the course is to provide a general understanding of the TKE Fall Protection Program, the requirements and the processes involved with the implementation of this program. Managers/superintendents and employees are required to assess the workplace to determine if the walking/working surfaces have enough strength and structural integrity to safely support workers. TKE employees are not permitted to work on any surface until it has been determined that the surfaces have the requisite strength and structural integrity. Fall protection must be used if there is a hazard of falling 6 feet or more through a gap of 12 inches between the unprotected edge, platform or cab, and the adjacent wall or barrier. If a hazard of falling 6 feet or more from an unprotected side or edge is present, the employee shall select one of the following options: a guardrail system, or personal fall arrest system, PFAS. Please note, this option of guardrail system or PFAS only refers to general work areas, not working in the hoistway. A proper guardrail system and PFAS shall be used on all work decks, running platforms and false cars. Hydro platforms may not need a guardrail system if the side and rear edges are less than 12 inches. If you have any questions or doubts, contact your supervisor or safety manager. Personal fall arrest system, PFAS, shall be worn 100% of the time. This includes all managers, superintendents, sales personnel, and any other TKE employee. A full body harness shall be worn even though tie-off may not be required. Employees must tie off before entering the hoistway. Only one person per lifeline. There are 5 exceptions when fall protection does not have to be worn: unloading trucks, when building a cab, when working in an energized machine room with rotating equipment, drilling an outside hole or trenching, or when inspecting an elevator on automatic. For all repair/modernization jobs, a fall protection plan shall be implemented, enforced and posted on the job site. A personal fall arrest system, PFAS, shall be worn in the hoistway when performing work where a fall hazard is present and the car is locked out/tagged out. The personal fall arrest system, PFAS, shall be connected to a suitable anchor point at all times when there is a fall hazard. When repair/modernization is being performed, the guardrails should be installed ASAP. This provides fall protection when working on the car top. When routine maintenance is being performed on top of a complete, operational elevator car, and there is a recognized greater risk of entanglement, a personal fall arrest system is not required. A personal fall arrest system, PFAS, shall be worn in the hoistway when performing work where there is a fall hazard of 4 feet or more and the car is locked out/tagged out. During construction or modernization, the entire wellway should be barricaded. When the balustrades are not in place, a fall hazard often exists. Balustrades should be installed on the ground whenever possible. Whenever a fall hazard exists, a fall protection plan using your JHA must be implemented and followed. As escalator fall hazards often present unique problems and require different solutions, contact your supervisor or safety manager for assistance if you have any questions. Each employee in a hoist area shall be protected from a fall of 6 feet or more by a guardrail system or personnel fall arrest system. If guardrail systems must be removed to facilitate hoisting operations, and a worker shall lean through the access opening or over an edge to receive or guide material, the employee shall be protected by a personal fall arrest system. Each employee who is working near a leading edge 6 feet or more above lower levels, shall be protected by guardrail systems, safety net systems, and/or personal fall arrest systems. Each employee shall be protected from falling when working near wall openings where the outside bottom edge of the wall opening is 6 feet or more above lower levels. The inside bottom edge of the wall opening is less than 39 inches high. The guardrail system shall be capable of withstanding a force of at least 200 pounds. Applied within 2 inches of the top edge in any outward or downward direction. Guardrail systems shall be equipped with both top rails and mid rails of at least 1/4 inches, nominal diameter or thickness. Mid rails, screens, mesh, intermediate vertical members, solid panels, and/or equivalent structural members, shall be capable of withstanding at least 150 pounds, applied in any downward or outward direction, at any point along the mid-rail or other member. Guardrails shall also be equipped with a toe board to protect against falling objects. Be capable of withstanding a force of at least 50 pounds applied in any downward or outward direction. Be a minimum of 3.5 inches tall from their top edge to the level of the walking/working surface. Be solid or have openings no larger than 1 inch in size. If guardrail systems are used around holes that are used as access points, gates shall be used or the point of access shall be offset. If guardrails are used at unprotected sides or edges of ramps and runways, they shall be erected on each unprotected side or edge. Personal fall arrest systems consist of an anchorage, connectors, and a full body harness and may include a deceleration device, lifeline, or a combination. The standard deceleration device/lanyard for all employees is a retractable lanyard. Only an approved TKE PFAS shall be used. Do not mix material handling equipment with any fall arrest equipment. For example, slings, shackles, etc. All components shall be inspected prior to each use for wear and damage, and other deterioration. Monthly and annual inspections shall be performed by a competent person. D-rings and snap hooks shall be inspected for deformities. Lifelines shall be protected against being cut or abraded. If a personal fall arrest system has been subject to shock loading, it must be removed from service immediately. The average life of a harness is 3 to 5 years depending on use and the manufacturer's specifications. Only steel lifelines will be used with one person per lifeline. Anchorages used for personal fall arrest systems shall be independent of any used to support platforms and capable of supporting at least 5,000 pounds per person. All covers shall be able to support at least twice the weight of employees, equipment, and materials that may be imposed on the cover at any one time. To prevent accidental displacement resulting from wind, equipment, or workers' activities, all covers shall be secured. All covers shall be color-coded or bear the markings hole or cover. Never step on any cover unless the capacity is clearly marked and you are sure it will support the weight. Safety signs stating danger, working in hoistway, should be placed on all guardrails in front of opened hoistways, to let other trades know that employees are in the hoistway. When guardrail systems are used to prevent materials from falling from one level to another, openings shall be small enough to prevent passage of potential falling objects. Overhead protection shall be coordinated with the general contractor and installed as required. Overhead debris netting shall be used when a rise of 60 feet or more exists. Screening the hoistway must be done whenever adjacent cars or platforms shall be over 16 feet vertical distance from one another or an adjacent car is running on automatic. Materials and equipment from other trades will not be stored in the elevator lobby area. General requirements. A stairway or ladder shall be provided at all worker points of access, where there is a break in elevation of 19 inches or more, and no ramp, runway, embankment, or personnel hoist is provided. When there is only one point of access between levels, it shall be kept clear to permit free passage. If free passage becomes restricted, a second point of access shall be provided and used. When there are more than 2 points of access between levels, at least one point of access shall be kept clear. All stairway and ladder fall protection systems required by these rules shall be installed and all duties required by the stairway and ladder rules shall be performed before employees begin work. General requirements. All stairway parts shall be free of dangerous projections, such as protruding nails. Employees shall only use stairways where the treads or pans have been filled with hardened concrete or other non-flowable material. Wood is allowed as a temporary fill but must fill the entire tread/pan. Temporary tread shall be made of solid material and installed the full width and depth of the stair. Employees shall not use spiral stairways that are not part of the permanent structure. Handrails shall provide a secure handhold for employees to grasp, to prevent falls. Unprotected sides and edges of stairway landings shall be provided with standard 42-inch guardrail systems. All ladders shall be used in accordance with the manufacturer's specifications. Check ladder for defects before use. Do not exceed ladder capacity rating. Remove scrap and material away from base and top of the ladder. Secure the base and top of the ladder against accidental movement. Set the ladder on a firm, level surface. On soft surfaces or rough soil, use a mud sill. Ensure that rails on ladders extend at least 3 feet above the landing. Set straight or extension ladders 1 foot out for every 4 feet up. Do not position ladders against flexible or movable surfaces. Before setting up ladders, always check for overhead electrical or power lines. Always face the ladder when climbing up or down and while working from it. Maintain 3 points of contact when climbing up or down. Keep your center of gravity between the side rails. Minimum capacity for self-supporting and non-self-supporting ladders is 300 pounds, Type 1A. The ability of a non-self-supporting ladder to sustain load shall be determined by applying the load in a downward vertical direction when the ladder is placed at 75 degrees from horizontal. The rungs and steps of portable ladders shall be corrugated, knurled, dimpled, coated with skid-resistant material, or treated to minimize slipping. Based on the nominal length of the ladder, each section of a multi-section ladder shall overlap the adjacent section by at least the number of feet stated in the following. Normal length of ladder, FET, up to and including 36, the overlap should be 3 feet, over 36, up to and including 48, the overlap should be 4 feet, and over 48, up to 60, the overlap should be 5 feet. Extension ladders shall be equipped with positive stops, which will ensure the overlap specified in the table above. A metal spreader or locking device shall be a component of each stepladder to securely hold the front and back sections in the open position. Inspect ladders for structural rigidity. Inspect non-skid foot for wear, embedded material, and proper pivot action on swivel feet. Replace frayed or worn ropes on extension ladders, with type and size equal to manufacturer's original rope. Check all ladders for grease, oil, caulking, embedded stone, and metal, or other materials that could make them unsafe. Ladders with structural defects, such as broken or missing rungs, cleats, or steps, broken or split rails, corroded components, or other faulty or defective components shall immediately be marked defective, or tagged with danger, do not use or similar language, and withdrawn from service until repaired. It has been found that most, if not all, work on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways can be performed without the use of scaffolding. All use of scaffolding must adhere to all safety guidelines as follows. Scaffolding shall only be used with written permission of your regional vice president. General requirements. All scaffolding will be erected and dismantled by qualified person. Scaffolds and scaffold components shall be inspected for visible defects by a competent person before each use and after any occurrence, which could affect a scaffold's structural integrity. Any part of a scaffold damaged shall be immediately replaced, or removed from service until repaired. All personnel shall be trained, by a qualified person, on the proper use of scaffolding prior to use. Fall protection. Each employee on a scaffold more than 6 feet above a lower level, shall be protected from falling to that lower level by a guardrail system or personal fall arrest system. Manually propelled mobile scaffolds. All employees shall be trained, by a qualified person, in the proper use of the manually propelled or motorized mobile scaffold systems prior to use. Thank you for completing the fall protection training.